Back together again.
We are back together, actually side by side.
Yes.
And in
same room, same building.
Yes.
Yay.
I still have my cough, so if I start
If
coughing
we're
out,
in the same room, it's kind of redundant to say the same building, huh?
possibly.
Yeah. Okay. Forget that. Here we are. Okie dokie.
Yeah.
So.
She let me beside her, even though I've got my cough, but I don't think that's going anywhere.
And again, Deborah.
Lori.
Okay. And we're filming from Surrey.
Mm-hmm.
We have a new backdrop.
We do. So Carol put together this one. So this is a Carol job.
Yes.
And it uses the new pansy.
It's absolutely beautiful fabric.
So the disappearing 9 patch is what I was told.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not the traditional one, so.
Yeah. So Carrie was saying that it's a tradition, or it's a disappearing 9 patch, but it's gorgeous. And
it really
so,
is. And of course, it's Carol's work, so it's fabulously
yes.
done.
So I'm just taking to see if she notices it going missing.
Well, it is.
I have nothing to do with it.
Excuse me. It is a gift, so it needs to stay there. Okay.
Oh, sure.
But
how was your week?
Oh, it was great. Had dinner with some friends on Saturday night. Had some carrot cake, so it was good.
Awesome.
You know what? I even had a beer
Ooh.
at dinner. While I was in Ottawa, I mean, as everybody knows, it's hot there anyway, but it was especially hot while I was there, and I kept thinking, a really cold beer would just go, and I only want one, but of course you can't buy one. And I kept forgetting when Heidi went out to ask her to get some, so I never did get the beer. Plus, then by the time I left, they were on strike. The LCBO. So
they were plotting against you.
Yes. So went out for dinner on Saturday night, and I'm sitting there looking at the menu, and for an extra $3, they threw in a beer.
There you go.
I thought, there you go. I can have my beer, and I'm satisfied now for probably the next 5 years. Because, like, I'm not a beer drinker, but sometimes in that heat, it's just the way they're made. There's something about a beer that, if it's ice cold, just kind of answers that question. Yes, there you go. So that was my weekend.
We're still trying to adapt to the new puppy, or to the new dog.
Yes, yep.
And then that, which is kind of funny. He still won't have anything to do with the other 2 dogs, but he loves attention. And so he's been sleeping with Macy, and she just has a single bed. But this dog dreams in 4D. So he has very vivid 3D dreams. But if he's running, his little legs are going too. And so on a single bed, she's a kicking Macy. So she kind of finally had enough of being, and then he barks as well in his sleep.
Oh,
but he doesn't open his mouth when he's barking in
yeah.
his sleep. So it's just quite, makes
It's
a weird
funny
noise.
little bark they do, yeah.
So she, upside is she got her bed, or like she's got this chair in her room from our couch set that just didn't fit in the living room anymore. So she's got that, but it was a catch-all for everything. She cleaned that off so that Dusty can sleep on that. And so
now we know her motivation.
Kick her all night and she'll do a job.
Oh dear.
So which is it. So she's got that, but now because he can't do stairs because he's blind, and so he knows in the morning who takes him out in the morning. And so a couple mornings ago, Ramon got up and then went to go do his business. Dusty heard him get up, and then was standing outside the bathroom door, staring at the door, and then that for when Ramon came out, and then just sat there.
Aww.
And then was kind of following him. Like, don't forget me, I need to. And so, yeah, he knows who to go to and all that kind of fun stuff.
Good.
So
Good. He's making his own stamp in the house.
he is. Yeah. He is. It's just kind of funny. So it's quite interesting now.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so a couple of things. Our announcements. Kimberbell Day on Saturday. It is getting full.
Yeah,
so,
we've got quite a few people.
If you are interested, you might want to get signed up. You just have to start with Kimberbell.
Yeah,
right?
so you sign up on Kimberbell for the site, then you get the pattern. You sign up on our site if you are coming in person here.
Yeah.
If you're not planning on coming in person to us, you don't need to sign up because it's just telling us who's in here. Kimberbell is sending out the link to watch it. So you can watch it from home.
Yes. Yeah.
If you're not able to make it here, you'll be able to watch it there. What we're having here in the store is a viewing party where we're all going to watch it here as a group and have, some breakfast snacks and those kind of things. So, so you sign up for us if you're going to be in person here. Unlike last year, we're not Zooming it out. It was too hard to try and have conversations with those on Zoom and those people here because people on Zoom couldn't hear. So it's just as easy just to watch the link if you're staying at home that comes from Kimberbell. But we would be more than happy to have you join us in person here and have some fun. Yeah. And that. So we'll just, laugh and eat and socialize and eat and laugh some more and have some fun. Yeah. So that's this Saturday. And then Monday is the sit and sew. Mm-hmm. So just register for that if you want to come and do that. Our upcoming classes, we have a couple. So last week we showed you, it's Match Game.
I Spy.
Or I Spy.
Yes.
So it's kind of the same thing. So it's much bigger, but it's just basically a whole bunch of random blocks.
Folded in four. So,
So a whole bunch of random blocks that get sewn together. The best part about doing a Match Game or an I Spy as a group is you all bring your blocks. And then you can trade them and interact. So then you get an even...
A better array. Actually.
There we go. That's the word I'm looking for. More optionals for your quilt. And so we've got that coming up. And then I know people have been waiting to see it. We've got the Chunky Pumpkin class coming up.
This turned out
So the sample is finally in the store.
It is beautiful.
So you can see. Look at those greens and stuff. I love the colors that...
The picture does not do it justice. To see it in live, for lack of a better phrase, it just absolutely beautiful. The colors she's chosen and just the whole outlook of it is just, I'm loving the border, the leaves.
Yes, that's the embroidery. So this is an embroidery class. But you know what? Like, if you're creative enough,
you could do it as an applique.
You could do it as an applique.
Mm-hmm. If you just cut the pieces and lay them out, it would actually come together in the same way. It is just the fabric that you've chosen. Just is, it's beautiful all by itself.
It is new fabric that has come in. It's new for this year. Yeah. So like the greens center here, and the one on here, which is like the orangey. This one shows more green, but it is orangey. Anyways, when I fussy cut, it worked out. Yeah. But it's got the greens and the oranges. But these greens, I love that green.
It is beautiful. It is.
And there's a few coordinating fabrics that go with it. I've got, I think, one in there, a couple that I grabbed from other things, but it gets away from just the straight orange.
Yes.
I'm not a big orange fan. Never have been. This is just quite funny because I'm like the purples and the blues. My mother-in-law is like the orange and the browns and stuff. And so she would buy things for me for my house.
In colors.
In oranges.
That gravitate to her. Yeah, exactly. I think we can all be accused of that.
It's just funny because, okay, I am like blues and purples and country.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mom is orange and browns and Asian. I was born into country-ish, like southern Alberta. Like, my parents are Hicks. Like, let's face it. And mom's Filipino, so she's Asian. So it kind of comes, whatever. But it would be so funny because she would buy me all these Asian things, and they were beautiful things, but they didn't go with the country theme. It was already kind of had going. So it's just kind of funny.
Sometimes it's very difficult to see somebody else's taste and like it enough to buy it for them. Like it's difficult because you're already seeing what you like.
But it is kind of funny. Mom did buy me a wooden plaque once to kind of go with my country theme. Something along the lines of dust is a country accent. Like, I'm not sure I should take offense to that one or not.
Well, if somebody had given it to me, I would know what they meant. So
yeah, no, I think Mom was hinting that there was...
you might want to, pass a rag around the furniture every now and then.
There's 3 things that I hate doing. Laundry, dishes, and dusting. I mean, I did dust, I do, but I mean, it's just like when you've got kids and there's like, you dust and you turn around and there's all that dust again. So I didn't dust every day. It was done once a week.
Yeah.
And then that's. Whereas Mom would dust, she'd see dust, she'd like dust it up. And I'm like, I got other things to do. So
those standard domestic chores, they not me.
Yeah. So, but it was just kind of funny. So, anyways, so there's that new line of fabric that's
beautiful.
in if you're kind of wanting to go away a little bit from the straight orange.
Yeah.
That nice green tones, and it's just beautiful. And so I'm thinking of other projects to do with it. So if you want some, come get some before I come up with ideas, because
she's going to buy it.
I will. All right. So today for our coughing up a lung, for our little demo, Deborah is going to walk us through. It's sunny out.
Yes.
And so she's going to show us how to do a quick and simple eyeglass case that you can put like your sunglasses in and keep it in your car or your purse or whatever. So I'm just going to pull this a little closer. I'm just going to tip it down so we can see what you're doing.
Alrighty.
There we go.
So you're going to start out with, you need 2 pieces of fabric. The outside is going to be at 7 inches by 7.5. The lining, this is the lining, this is your outside. The lining is 7 by 9.5. And then you're going to want foam. You can use batting, whatever. I did use foam. Soft and stable, or, there's several different lines out there. So I pressed it up really good because, we all have things that we have to do, and pressing's one of them for me. So, and then you put right sides together and place your foam on your outside fabric. Okay, put those 3 pieces together. I did use clips, I
love those clips.
Oh, I love those clips. So I use clips to put them together and sew a seam 1 inch. This is your seam. Making sure I keep it in the camera here. 1 inch down from your edge. And fold it out and press it again. Because I press.
Because you're obsessed with pressing.
Yes, I do. I press. So that's step 1. Step 2 and 3 basically is you're going to match your seams. This is, you're going to take this, fold it like this, and match it at where your stitching line. And you're going to stitch from along here, leave about there's probably a 4-inch gap there, a gap, and then go all the way down and down. When you get to this point, now you're going to clip your corners. Clip them nice and close, but don't cut your stitching. Cut here, clip here, 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 and here. I also clipped the extra foam here, just so you don't have the bulk. And then you're going to turn it. The easiest, what I found is I just went in, opened this part up, and moved it down, and then started to pull it through. I used my tweezers. You know that they generally focus on you buying them for your serger, but I use them for everything. So I used my tweezers to just pull it out bit by bit by bit. You can use anything. You can use Carrie suggested chopsticks.
Anything. And there's tools that you can buy that are turners.
Yes, there's turners, special turners, but everybody has their own way. So, and then when you get to this point, you're going to, what I did though, here, because, I've been sewing a long time, I pressed this down, and then I pressed this down as well, so that when you turn it, you already have the edge. It's going to automatically just fall into place. You don't have to worry about matching it up. So then you're going to stitch your opening closed, and then start to feed this into inside.
If I'm doing it, I'm not stitching it closed.
So, whoa, okay.
I don't
not
hand
even
stitch.
going to talk about that. Because you have to press it too. Anyway, and then this is your finished article, and the glasses just slip right in there, and there you go.
If your glasses don't quite fit, you could make it bigger.
I would make it wider, because chances are the glasses aren't going to be longer, but they could be, my sunglasses are a little bit deeper, and the arms are a little rounded.
So instead of 7 inches, you would do it.
I would probably do 7.5. This is, I don't know if you can see that. This is, are they going to see it, the writing backwards?
No, they're going to see it. I don't know, but maybe.
So that is the measurements as it stands here. If you want a little bit, the only thing is, see, if the case is too big,
everything will fall out.
the glasses will fall out.
Okay, let me just pop this up so they can see our faces.
See our faces again?
Yeah, because I think they'd rather see our faces than the table.
Do you? I don't know.
Well, I was going to say your hair looks really nice today.
Oh, yeah. Everybody seems to like it this way. It's
very
off my face, except the bangs still bother Carol. So.
Well, it's up. It's cute. It's cute and perky, and
and it's also slightly cooler.
Yes,
to get it up off your neck.
Hence why 9 times out of 10, mine's up in that clip.
I know. I actually bought some special things that make little buns back there, but we'll see. Because I can't see what it looks like at the back, so I have no idea. I just twist it up and put the clip in. So butterfly clips. I have banana clips again. I remember using those in the 80s, for heaven's sakes. And they're back again.
I know. It was quite funny. I was watching something on, when I was sick, you just scroll because, you're so
You're
sick.
vegging out, yeah.
So I was scrolling something and it says, you're from the 80s if you can identify these things. And I'm looking through and I'm like, yep. And I'm like, listen, those jelly bean shoes that.
Oh,
yeah.
I never wore those. No.
I think I bought a pair, or someone gave me a pair. I think I wore them once.
They'd be so hot.
Well, it wasn't just that they were hot, but that plastic dug into your feet, and then you take your foot out, and then that pattern was left imprinted on your foot, and they were hard. And so they were horrible to walk in. So there's those, and then the big hair.
Oh,
and
yes, the big hair.
The Walkman, and and as I'm reading these, I'm remembering times. And it's the Walkman. I used to live in Lethbridge, and I lived on the north side, and I worked on the south side, and it was about an hour walk. But I would walk to work, and I'd have my Walkman going and my headphones as I'm walking down the street to CNC Music Factory, you know. It's like,
That's no different than young people walking down the street with their phone in their hand, like totally oblivious to what's going on.
the Walkman was in my pocket.
Yes.
And then that, but I'm
But
just
at
like
least you
bebopping down, to CNC Music
You knew
Factory.
what was going on.
Well, I did.
Yes.
Yes.
But people on their phones today, it's like they're walking across the street.
Oh, I know.
And they're on their phone, and I'm thinking, you're not even concerned with your own continued existence.
The other day, I seen someone on one of those electric scooters, just whipping all over the place at on their phone. And I'm like, okay, if I can't drive my car with, they shouldn't be whipping around on those electric scooters. That's a whole other thing.
They
I
need
think
to be having some sort of
electric scooters,
restrictions.
I really do think need to fall under the Motor Vehicle Act, and they have to abide by.
Well, they are motorized.
They are
Electric
motorized.
Cars are
They are
classed
not.
under it.
They are not considered a bicycle or whatever. But they're whipping everything, like they're going down the center of the road.
Yep.
They're cutting across and totally oblivious to anything. I've seen probably in this last week alone, probably about 7 people that are almost gotten hit because they're just whipping everything else like that. But that's a whole other soapbox.
But that's
it's
not
just
ours.
it's not ours. It's just someone's just really seriously going to get hurt.
Yeah, I hear you.
But yeah, so it was just kind of funny looking through that list. And then the next thing I hear in my head is Macy going, "Back in my day."
I had to walk 6 miles to school uphill both ways.
Mocks me.
Yes, in the snow.
Oh, I lived in southern Alberta, so yeah, I did have to walk in the snow.
I'm from Ontario, so I walked in the snow as well.
Whole off topic, but my dad was funny. My dad, they lived on a farm, and it was uphill and downhill to school. He had to go up a couple rolling hills. He had a horse that he could take to school. He didn't like horses, so he refused to ride his horse to school. Instead, he would ride his bike. So you'd have to walk it up the hill, and then you'd get on the top of the hill and go flying down and try and use a fence post at the bottom to try and stop him a little bit. I'm like,
oh, Lord. I remember those things. Oh, my goodness.
And then we'd ask him, and he was like, well, what did you do when it was snowing? And he goes, well, it was a little harder to take the bike, but I tried. It's like...
I remember those days. We lived in a very small town, and we didn't live in the town. I think, as I said before, we lived in the station. And so we lived out of town, went to a one-room country school, and your initiation to grade 1, because we didn't have kindergarten, was you got a bike the year you were headed to school. That's the year you got your full-size bike. And they didn't buy them in increments in those days. You got the one full size, and you learned to ride that one. And it was, you rode your bicycle back and forth to school. In the winter, you walked.
Yeah,
you weren't getting a ride. And my father would look at us like, "You want to ride to school?" It was unheard of in those days. But
it's funny. The stories that my dad tells us was school. School came down one year with chicken pox.
Yeah.
And then again, one-room school. Everyone got chicken pox except for him. Oh. And the first kid to show up with chicken pox was the one that shared the desk with him. So we teased my dad that he gave the class chicken pox because he wanted time off from school.
Oh, yes. Back in the day. I can remember the year we all had chicken pox. The kids down the street would come and play with us because we all had the chicken pox. You couldn't go to school, but you might as well hang out together and play together because you're not going to infect anybody. We already had it.
Yeah.
So, yep. Fun and games.
Yeah, just hilarious.
And scars.
And scars, yeah. Should we point them all out?
Yeah. No, from the chicken pox.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So, yeah.
I think we all have a bunch of those.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yep.
All right. I think that's about it for today.
I think so.
Just actually a couple quick reminders.
Yeah.
Servicing. So if you are have a machine that needs its regular servicing, don't forget to book it in.
Yes.
And you can book up to a year out, so you can get those in there. So then it's the same day service. You can bring it in, have it serviced, pick it up at the end of the day. Now those are just for regular servicing. If your machine is not working and it does need attention, I know a lot of people know that our service techs are in schools,
right,
but they are back in the store at least 2, some weeks 3 days. So the stuff in the store is getting dealt with.
Yes. Yeah.
Just as quick. So if you've got one, don't hesitate to bring it in. I'm not sure what our
6.
we're about 6 weeks and stuff like that, which is not
so
bad.
it's way better than it was.
Yes, but you do want to get it in, especially if you're looking at gearing up for your Christmas sewing and all that kind of stuff.
Yes.
Get it booked in for same day, or if it's not working, get it in.
Same day we're booking late October. What I do, as soon as I pick up my machine, I book the next year's for it.
Yeah.
So it's
definitely
you
book
don't
them out
forget.
and all those kind of things. Reserve your spot.
Yeah.
But if it's not work, don't hesitate to bring it in, because
Absolutely.
we definitely have, like the techs are
they
in.
will get to it. Yeah.
Yeah, they're got most of the school stuff done. They only have like a few, because we're mostly through the summer now.
Well, they will not be here 5 days a week.
Yeah, no, not 5
until the
days.
end of August. But
they are back in the store a good chunk.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
we've got them here.
anyways, so make sure you get your machines in for that.
And I think that's it for this week.
I think.
Okay.
My brain, that's all my brain is thinking anyway. So there's probably more.
Yeah. Check out the classes online and some of the new
ones
fabric.
the ones that we showed, these are just the ones that are coming up in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Just as a reminder, but we've got tons of classes coming up.
We do.
So right till the end of the year, we've got some embroidery ones, we've got some sewing ones. I think we're looking at getting another beginner class.
There'll be another beginner class starting in the fall.
Yeah, so
and
keep an eye out for that one.
Gorgeous. I saw the sample. It is lovely.
So make sure you get on that. So constantly keep an eye out on the calendar, because we add classes a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And of course, if there's a class in particular you'd like to see, let us know.
Let us know. Yeah, help us out. Give us some ideas if you've got any. We'd love to hear them.
Yeah, and we'll work on getting them in.
Okay.
All right. Have a great day, and we'll see everybody next week.
Okay, thank you.